you better be smart enough and put enough effort into learning how to use that technology, leveraging that technology, and be better at that technology than everybody else. You will become indispensable to your ownership, to your company, to wherever it is you're doing. You will become indispensable. Good day today. My name is Jimmy. I am living my best life. Hopefully today is the best of your life as well. All right, so today I just finished a meeting with the team over in my digital ad agency. As you guys know, if you don't, I own multiple companies. One of the companies that I own is a digital ad agency. We deal with everything from SEO, website management, Google page search, website design, UI, UX design, all the way through. We own a software tech firm that deals with software development, iOS apps, Android apps, and so forth and so on. Anyways, we just finished a meeting with the team here not too long ago. I wanted to talk about something that came up that I actually think is something that is coming up across every company in every industry currently right now. I know this is something that is probably being talked about, and as a regular employee or someone that is on the team, I can almost guarantee you that you have a million questions as it pertains to this. So I'm going to take you through the conversation. I'm literally going to give you real world what the concern was from people on our team, and then I'll tell you how I was able to navigate not only the conversation with them, but I'll tell you, and I'll expand what I, answered and how I answered as far as to how I feel about this new age technology of AI. And just as a side note, we have been working with AI for quite a long time. Again, we own a software tech firm, so we've been working with AI well before you as the general public really heard about ChatGPT and all of those other things. We've been working with AI quite a few years, so we've been on that train for quite a while. Anyways, with that being said, here's how the meeting unfolded. So we have a team meeting pretty much, once a month, depending on, what it is we're talking about. We have multiple, the team members and the department leads, they have their own meetings. But as a company, we typically are going to knock something out, once a month. Anyways, the conversation very quickly turned to the fact that we are currently working internally about automation, right? So we are working extremely hard to automate almost everything within our environment, within our workspace that we know we can automate, right? So I'm talking about job and ticket generations. I'm talking about workflow coordination. I'm talking about emails to our clients. I'm talking about updated emails to our clients. I'm talking about all the way down to creative artwork, landing pages, websites, microsites, SEO, Google paid, like almost everything that we do in our digital ad agency right now to some degree either has AI baked into it, is fully AI automated, or we are currently working on solutions on how we can automate that with the use of all of these different AI tools, whether they're things that we've plugged into, whether they're APIs of AI software tools that we've dragged into our automation and our workflows, or whether it's our own LLM models that we have come up with, that my software tech firm is currently working on their own LLM models. As you know, LLM stands for large language model, which essentially is AI, like a GPT is an LLM. Anyway, so there's how the conversation unfolded. We want to automate pretty much everything, right? Everything that can be automated, we want to automate. So as I take the team through some of the things that we can do within our workflow, so we are on Google Workspace, so we are able to automate some of those things with Google Gemini. We're also able to automate some of those things using ChatGPT and some of these other AI tools that we're currently tapped into, we're dragging into our workflow and automation system. So as I am talking through everything that we're going to automate, so example, I said, hey, what is the current time frame, or how much time does it take you guys to develop a landing page for a product, for example? So they took me through that process, and I said, hey, that process, just no offense, pretty old school, right? Like you're building landing pages and funnels in a way that, to be quite honest with you, is still a bit of old school. So I said, let me show you how to do that in a fraction of the time and get the results that you guys are looking for. So I took them through some simple ChatGPT prompts. I took them through some simple Gemini prompts. So with a combination of NotebookLM, Google Gemini, and ChatGPT, I was able to generate an entire scope of work for a client that we had. I was able to generate within the scope of work all of the content that needed to be on the landing page by section. I was able to generate all of the images for the landing page, and I was able to drop all of that into both Gemini actually and into ChatGPT, and had both of those LLM models or AI models produce an entirely functional, fully operational, complete, done with images and content landing page in a fraction of 20 minutes. Unless you're in the digital space, you don't understand how amazingly miraculous that is. That is something that before all of this existed, that is something that would have taken my company, honestly, 2 to 3 days bare minimum. That would have been a 2 to 3 day project minimum, from understanding what we were building, to creating the scope of work, to writing all of the different content, to acquiring the different images that we were going to need, to then coding out that web page. Even if you're using a drag and drop type of platform, right? Like ClickFunnels or anything like that. Even if you're using a drag and drop model, it still would have taken you 3 to 4 days to do everything that I just talked about, that we were able to achieve in a matter of 20 minutes, right? Like, think about that power. So as I take the team through different scenarios in different things, different projects that they were working on, and I said, hey, let me show you, do it this way. And I take them through that AI process. Hey, do it that way. I take them through the AI process. And let me know. I know I'm new here. We're probably not going to have tons of listeners in the beginning, but it's okay. If you guys want me to do a video about all of the AI tools that we currently use, how we use them, and all of the different prompts, all of the different gems and GPTs that we've created, do me a favor, comment down below. We'll be happy to do a video specific to AI prompting and some of the things that we've done to build out digital platforms and Google AdWords and SEO prompts and all that other stuff. We'll be happy to do that. So let me know if you guys want me to put something like that together, and we'll be happy to do that. Anyways, with that being said, back to, as I take them through some of these processes, right? Their mind was just blown. And keep in mind, we're a digital ad agency. We also own a software tech firm. So we are relatively pretty tech forward. But I can assure you that the feeling of every employee in the room, without them even saying it, was, do I have a job? Are you replacing me? Am I going to be here in a couple months? Like, I'm just going to be honest. As an employee, with them seeing what I was able to do in a fraction of the time, and when I tell you this page that I produced was top notch, it was top notch. When my web developer looked at the page and said, I couldn't have done any better than that, that's when you know that AI is here to stay. And here's the scary part. It's only gonna get better from here. It's not going backwards. It's not going to get worse. It's going to get better, right? But I know the feeling from my employees was, do I have a job? Am I gonna be here? Are you gonna replace me? Because why wouldn't you? This machine literally did my job in 20 minutes. Here's my answer. And I'm putting this out there. I don't know if this exists, but I'm gonna put it out there anyways. I am officially trademarking this analogy, because that's how good this analogy is. Because when I gave them this analogy, everybody understood, and everyone else that I've talked to, because I get all sorts of phone calls from clients talking to me about AI stuff. When I give my clients this analogy, everyone tells me the same thing. No one's ever put it that way, and that makes it so clear to, man, that is the easiest way for you to explain that. I completely understand now. Here's my analogy. Follow me here. I don't know if you're a Marvel, universe guy. I don't know if you've ever watched any of the Marvel movies. And if you haven't, you've probably been stuck under a rock, because I believe everyone's watched a Marvel movie. With that being said, I'm not the biggest Marvel fan, but I've watched the movies. Who is the most famous Marvel guy, right? The most famous Marvel superhero, I think we can all agree, is Iron Man. So then what I did is I asked my employees, hey, you guys watch Marvel? Yeah. You mean Marvel like the superheroes Marvel. Yeah, excellent. Awesome. I said, who's the most famous Marvel character? And resoundingly, everyone said Iron Man. Awesome. Great. What exactly is Iron Man? Resoundingly, everybody on the team had the same answer. He's a superhero. Oh, he's a superhero. He's a superhero. He's a superhero. Yeah. Iron Man is a superhero. My answer to that was this. And here's the analogy. Iron Man is not a superhero. Iron Man is Tony Stark. And if you walked up to Tony Stark and he did not have his Iron Man suit on and you shot him, no more Iron Man. Iron Man, it's just a human being. He's just a man. He has no superpowers. He's not like Superman, for example. He needs the suit. What Iron Man is, aka Tony Stark, what he is he's a man that learned and is super smart, built amazing technology, learned how to use that technology better than anybody else, and then leverages that technology to accentuate who he is as a man. In other words, he built an Iron Man suit. He got into the suit. He learned how to operate the suit better than anybody. And then when he's in that suit, he learns how to leverage that technology to do the amazing things that he does as Iron Man. And that is what makes him a superhero. I said AI technology is the Iron Man suit. You guys are Tony Stark. I don't need you to be the actual superhero. Your superpower is going to be, how do you learn how to use these AI tools? How do you become the best AI person out there? How do you learn to prompt? How do you learn to navigate? And then ultimately, how do you learn to leverage these AI tools to achieve your day-to-day tasks at a 10x output to outwork everybody else in a fraction of the time? AI is an Iron Man suit. You are Tony Stark. Get in the goddamn suit and learn how to use it. You don't have an option. Guys like me, owners like me that I talk to, every owner of every company that I know, and I know tons of them that are multimillionaires, every owner that I know, what they're looking for right now, beyond the normal stuff that we look for, integrity and work ethic and all of the things that we look for as owners when we hire somebody, one of the things that is no longer a non-negotiable for us is the ability and comfort level that you have in learning new technology. AKA, are you willing to go through the pain of learning how to use these new AI tools? And are you willing to go through the pain of getting into the suit, taking the hits, and learning how to use the Iron Man suit to your benefit and leverage that technology to 10x your output? That is the best way for me to explain AI nowadays. Okay? You don't have to be the superhero. AI can make you the superhero, but you damn well better be Tony Stark. You better be smart enough and put enough effort into learning how to use that technology, leveraging that technology, and be better at that technology than everybody else. And I promise you, if you do that, instead of fearing AI that it's gonna take your job, be Tony Stark, learn how to use it. And I promise you, if you do that and you learn how to leverage the technology to 10x your output, you will become indispensable to your ownership, to your company, to wherever it is you're doing. You will become indispensable. Owners like me will never get rid of someone like you because we need you, right? Because now you're able to 10x whatever your job title is or whatever your daily tasks are. You're able to 10x that at a rate that is, I'll be honest with you, at a rate that is, quite honestly, impossible for a regular human being that is not using these tools. So don't fear AI, lean into it, learn it, leverage it, put on the suit. That is the best way for me to explain AI. With that being said, I appreciate you guys' time. Hopefully this gives you a completely different perspective. So if you are currently at a job doing something and you fear that AI is going to replace you, do yourself a favor. Stop fearing AI, learn it, leverage it, lean into it, learn how to use it, become indispensable. The rest of it will take care of itself. And I promise you, no one's going to get rid of you and you're going to be there for a long time and you're probably going to get a couple of raises. Anyways, with that being said, appreciate you guys, your time. Hopefully you have a blessed day like I am having a blessed day today. With that being said, peace out.